Hello, this is Femak Beauty. You're welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you a summary on how to tie a V-shape around gele. Basically, the first thing you need to know is the measurement of the style you want to tie. I explained the full details on how to get measurements in my previous video. I would like you to go watch it and understand more on measurement. The measurement for the style I'll be tying today, which is a V shape, is 65-35. As you all know, the general measurement for fabric is 100. After getting your measurement 65-35, you then fold the edge of your fabrics like I did here to attain your first split. There are two ways in doing that. I also explained that in my previous video. You then place the fabrics on your client's head to pick up the pleats on your first face. The longer measurement will be on the right hand side while the shorter measurement will be on the left hand side. That is depending on which user you are. Maybe if you are a right hand user or a left hand user. If you're a right hand user, you do it that way. If you're a left hand user, you do it the other way around. You can pick as many pleats as you want, but I would say maximum of 5, minimum of 4. There are two ways of picking the pleats. It's either you pick it on your laps or you pick it on your client's head. I also explained that in my previous video, depending on which one you feel it's convenient for you. After arranging your plate on the first face, the longer measurement, you place it behind the ear. You take it away from the ear. You place it behind the ear. It's going to be a slant form from the shorter measurement to the longer measurement. You then make sure you arrange the plate very well and neatly before you move to the next step, and you ask your client to hold it for you while you go to the back and also arrange it so you'll be able to cross. In my previous video, I promised to show details on how to cross. This crossing is applicable to any forms of styles that start from the front. Before you consider crossing, you make sure the pleat you picked at the front is arranged backward. So in order for you to have a neat crossing, if you want to cross, you make sure the shorter measurement is above while the longer measurement is beneath the shorter measurement. If you've done that, then you cross neatly. You see you have a very neat crossing. You also make sure the fabric is firm on your client's head after crossing. As you can see, I try to check any error and correct it. That's why before you proceed to the next step, you make sure you check any error, because if you didn't correct any error after proceeding, it's going to be very difficult for you to correct it afterwards. Once you've checked and see there is no error, or if you encounter any error, you've corrected it, you proceed to the next steps. So the next steps is you pick the shorter measurement, you placed it above the plate. That means this shorter measurement will be on top of the ear. If you can remember, the longer measurements at that part is not on the ear, it is behind the ear. So it is this shorter measurement that will be on the ear, that will be covering the ear. Now when you place the shorter measurement on the shorter hand on the ear, you count the amount of pleats you picked at the first face. It is the amount of pleats you picked at the first face you pick at that face as well. If you pick 4 plates at the first face, you make sure you pick 4 plates at that face as well. If you pick 5 plates at the first face, make sure you pick that same amount of plates. The amount of plates you picked on the first face will be the amount of plates you pick on that other face. After picking up the plate, you make sure you arrange it very neat and carefully. I hope you understand to this part. To get a very look and sharp V shape, you make sure you place the shots measurement, the short end on your forehead, which will be vertically invisible to your nose. What do I mean by vertically invisible to your nose? The V must be when you place your hand on it, must be very equal to the line of your nose. After getting that, you then pin it down. It is of two ways actually. It's either you pin it down or you don't. If you pin it down, it's going to make your work very easy and comfortable. But if you desire not to pin it down, you need to be very careful while making your plate on the third face, because you might encounter a shiftiness which will be very challenging. In my own opinion, I would advise you to pin it down to make your work very easy and fast. After pinning it down, you make sure it is firm. You then move to the next phase by placing the longer measurement above the others. When placing, you make sure you place very neatly so you won't encounter any rough work. After placing neatly, you then proceed to picking up pleats on that face. You pick up 3 to 4 pleats, a minimum of 3, the maximum of 4. When picking up your plate, you make sure you arrange it downward very well, because that's the goal. Your plate must be very well arranged. If you're done picking the plate or arranging it, you then move to the back and look for any convenient spots you feel you can pin it. Then you pin it down. If you've been enjoying the process and steps right from the start, I will plead you to do well by giving this video a thumbs like and also clicking on the subscribe button to always get notified whenever I drop video. After pinning the fabric at the back and you've confirmed it is firm on your client's head, you then proceed by picking up plates with the remaining fabrics. And I explained better on my previous video on how to pick plates. I'll just give a little review, little summary on it again. You pick up the plate gently on the previous plate, and as you picking, you make sure they are well arranged on the both sides. You pick as many as you can until you use up all the fabrics.
Okay, let's go.
If you're done picking your plates, you've used up all the fabrics, you come to the back and roll the excess at the back. You can do it in two ways. It's either you pin it down as well, or you tie it but as for me, I like pinning my own down than tying it, because it is a V shape. So tying it is not always guaranteeing me that it's going to stand very firm. So I rather pin it down. After pinning it down and it is firmed, you come to the front. At this point you come to the front, you You arrange the plate you've made, you arrange it very well. You can also raise it if you want your gele to have an height, you will raise it at this stage as well. So you arrange the plate and make sure they are all aligned. After arranging it and they are all aligned, you come to the back and make sure the back look is looking very neat. You arrange the back as well. So there are different ways of arranging the back. So as you know, this is a work of creativity. You you do things the way you think you need to do it, but make sure the back is very neat. You might fold your own inside, you might wrap it the way I did my own. All you have to do is just to make sure it's look very neat. When you're done with the back, you come to the front and give it a view and check if there is anything that is needed to be correct, so you correct it. Nothing is perfect actually, but don't make your mistake be very obvious. That's the end result of a V-shape around Gele. Thanks for watching and learning from me. I would like you to give this video a thumbs like and subscribe to my channel to always get notified whenever I drop the video. Thank you.